Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Colorado and Coach Prime beating Nebraska on Saturday. Talk about these Texans. I'm not really upset about the game. I think the Texans did the best they could with what they had. New players and everything, and a rookie quarterback. The defense of the Ravens, like I said before, we know what they are, and we knew they was going to come and get him. They're going to throw some schemes at him. The line, I say they held up a little bit, more than they did in that preseason game. He was able to move around a little bit, buy himself some time, get the ball out. But that defense was smothering. What really hurt the Texans is they didn't have no balance. They didn't have no running game, and that hurt them dearly. And you become one-dimensional with a hell of a defensive team, they're going to tee off on you. And that's exactly what they did. Everything was pressed. Everything was covered up tight. So a missed ball here, a drop ball there, you're going to find yourself punting more than you're getting first downs. So it was upsetting that they couldn't get a touchdown in this game. We would love them to get a touchdown, even scored more points. But this was the first game out with a great opponent. But as the weeks move along, they'll get a lot better. Because I expect this team, like I said, to score 18 to 21 points a game. Get Howard back, see if we can get some kind of chemistry on that offensive line. Everybody on the same page. You'll see crisper plays happening. The offensive flow a lot better. So we got to get that offensive line straightened out. But Baltimore Ravens, they didn't disappoint. They done exactly what we expected them to do. Lamar Jackson, I think we did a good job on him for him scrambling. He scrambled a little bit, but he didn't go crazy. This defense for the Texans, they deserve a round of applause. We don't have no worries about this defense. This defense is intact. And once they get even more intact and more tighter, 25 points. For a great defense, you want to try to keep a team in the teens, I would say. If they score 21 points, that's all you need to give them as a great defense. They score more than 21 points, you can't really say you're a great defense. That's just my opinion. That's how I look at it. The teens is great for them scoring. You keep them in the teens, that's a great defense. 21, that's still a great defense. But when they start getting into 28 and 30, you can't really call yourself a great defense. I know week in, week out, you might have some teams that's going to score 30, 35 points on you when they really got it going. But on a consistent basis, to be a great defense, you have to keep them scoring 21 and under for the points. You got to average that when you go against these teams. C.J. Stroud, he probably be catching a lot of flack from people, but I don't see this guy did good. This is a rookie. You got to keep reminding yourself this is a rookie. This is a first pro game. And he passed a little more than I thought he should. And he shouldn't have to pass this much, but it was no running game. You had no choice. He was 28 for 44, 242 yards, 5.5 on average. He didn't throw no touchdown, but he didn't throw no picks. He didn't turn the ball over. And as a rookie, that's great. Long as he didn't turn that ball over, he done his job. He slung it around a little bit, but he didn't have that much time on a lot of plays. He did great for what he was working with in this ball game. He played against one of the top defenses in the league. No doubt about it. You probably won't see another defense like this besides the Dallas Cowboys, I should say. Oh my goodness, did y'all see that? Sunday night? I'm starting to think, should I feel a little nervous about our division here for a minute? Are these Dallas Cowboys for real this season? That defense, I don't know if it was a defense or just a terrible offensive line and bad chemistry for New York Giants. I don't know, but I'm starting to think this defense is the real deal. When they got Gilmore over there for the other cornerback and added some pieces, they got Cook over there as a wide receiver. They got a good balance for his defense and offense. And Dallas been knocking on the door for a while for us, trying to get their stuff together. Not knocking on the door like getting deep in the playoffs, but they've been keeping the same core for a while. And now they added pieces, and now they're starting to turn it over. They really feel good this season, and I don't like them feeling good.
Oh, that's not good.
Trust me, I don't like them feeling good. But right now, this is just the first game against the Giants. We're going to see what the Giants are going to turn into later on down in the season. But I thought the Giants would give them a good fight. I thought the Giants would actually win the game. But a 40-piece, 40-0. What they say since 1999, since somebody took a beating like that? Oh, man. But yeah, them Cowboys put it on them Sunday night. No doubt about that. So when we match up with them later on down the season, we got to see what it do. But they'll be playing, I think, Aaron Rodgers coming up next. That's going to be a good test. We'll really see what they got when they play those Jets. Going to see what the Jets going to have when they play Dallas. Going to find a lot about these teams that's coming up. But week one, man, we had some outstanding matchups. These rookie quarterbacks, some shine, some play mediocre. But overall, man, the future is bright with these quarterbacks. Future is bright. So yeah, C.J. Stroud, he don't have nothing to be ashamed of in this game. For game one, week one of his NFL career, I like what I see. And you know C.J. Stroud, he gets better each game. So next week, it's going to be a little better than this. It's going to look more professional. It's going to be a little more crisp. He got a little taste of it now. The new offensive coordinator, he's going to feel better about calling plays. They got something on film to look at. That's the important thing. They have something on film to look at. They can go back and see what they did wrong, what they can add, what they can do for next week. And Dameon Pierce, he had 11 carries for 38 yards. 3.5 on average, which is not bad, but that defense was not allowing them to wiggle anywhere running the ball. And that hurt Houston. It really did. It made them one-dimensional. And they teed off a veteran team like the Baltimore Ravens. You're not going to beat them one-dimensional. Running game was not there Sunday afternoon. It was not there. C.J. Stroud, 4 carries for 20 yards on his scrambles. Then you had Singletary, 7 for 15. See, it just wasn't there. Nico Collins, he was a bright spot. I mean, he had 6 catches for 80 yards. He showed up a little bit. Woods caught some big balls down and there on some key third downs. Noah Brown caught a few. Tank Dell, 3 for 34. My thing here is we got to find a way to get Tank Dell more involved on the offense. He's a lethal weapon. And I think they're going to go back and look at the film. You have to get him more balls on offense. A guy like that can help you a lot, especially when a defense is starting to bog you down on offense. This guy can slip through, and plus he's a speedster. You got to get him in that slot and start going to him more often. You need to go to him a lot. If you want him to do kick returns, punt returns, however, that's fine. But you got to implement him more on offense, especially when we get stagnant the way we are, especially when we're not going to be able to run the ball against great defensive teams. You got to find a way to get this guy loose. But the bright spot, I'm not going to pull up the box sheet. I'm not going to bore y'all with that. I'm just taking a glance at it, but the defense showed out. That was the bright spot. If it wasn't for the defense, it could have got a lot uglier. But our bread and butter is this defense, and once the offense catches up to speed, have a balanced team. A balanced team that's ready to compete. So 9-25. Man, I just said just get one touchdown when it got late, because I want them to have a little momentum going into next week. Just to get a touchdown, just to feel good. They came close on a lot of occasions. But they could have got a touchdown or two, man. This game could have got really interesting. Really interesting. But 25 points for Baltimore. Good defense. There's only so much you can hold on defense when your offense is not scoring. They're going to get tired. That's why they got the 25 points. 25 points, that's still good defense, because they could have been in the 30s if it weren't for this defense really keying in and not letting Lamar Jackson just run all over the place. You know, it was high pressure, high intense. You only can keep that style of play so long when your offense is going 3 and out, because you get tired and you get wore down. But we was putting some points up and giving that defense a lot more rest. They might even score 25 points. So it's nothing to be ashamed about in this first game. We already knew and expected them to lose against Baltimore. If they would have won, it would have been an upset. There have been a lot of people talking about, oh, the Texans beat the Baltimore Ravens. They'd have been shocked. So they didn't expect them to win this game. That's why I say it ain't all lost. Just get one game. Indianapolis, the one at home coming up for week 2, I expect them to win that. They should win that. They ought to be going there looking to win that game. No doubt about that. So be 1-1, regroup, learn from this. That's a great defense. You're not going to meet many others this year. So bottle that up and say, okay, next time we face a defense like this, we know what to do. We get to our hot routes, we get the ball out quick. We try to establish a running game next time. That's the best way you can approach that.